I have always loved sniper rifles, and I just love sniping with sniper rifles, which is why I don't really enjoy sniper rifles in Warframe right now, because you are not sniping, you are quickscoping at best. Most of the time, it's just you desperately trying to hit something as the enemies are barreling down on you in a narrow corridor. That's pretty much it. That, however, is going to change with the release of Plains of Eidolon just due to it being a large open area, so we can actually take advantage of the long-range accuracy of sniper rifles and just sit like 400 or 500 meters away from the enemy and carefully snipe them. Which is why I think I've been receiving more and more messages from you guys asking me which sniper rifle you should pick up and maybe put a couple of forma on for the release of Plains of Eidolon. And I actually thought about this myself because I also want to go full sniper mode when Plains of Eidolon releases. So I decided to play with all the sniper rifles and I picked 3 of them that I think are going to be pretty good for the Plains of Eidolon. So in at number 3 we have the Corpus Alanka, which may seem like a bit of a weird choice because it has both charge time and travel time, but I think the Lanka could be amazing for taking out Grineer patrols during the day. The Lanka comes with 3 levels of zoom, a 3-time zoom, a 7-time zoom, and finally a 12-time zoom, which give you 20, 30, and 50% extra crit respectively. The setup I'll be running on the Lanka is the standard gas-electricity hybrid build, the idea of which is to shoot one enemy and have the gas and electricity kill the rest of them. Now, as I've said already, I think this setup is going to be really cool for clearing out smaller groups of Grineer during the day. So when you're, for example, farming for like ore or you're fishing and something like that and you spot a Grineer patrol, you can just shoot the dude in the middle and the gas cloud combined with the chaining electricity proc should kill all of them. Just please bear in mind that I have not played Plains of Eidolon yet, so I have no idea if the roaming squads will be packed tightly enough for this to work, but if it does, it could be really cool. Also, I think I'll be using Ash in Eidolon a lot, which is a really cool combo for this because gas and electricity isn't that great versus armor. In at number 2, I have the Wraith version of the Grineer's ballista weapon of choice, the Volkar Wraith, which also comes with 3 different levels of zoom, a 2.5-time zoom, a 6-time zoom, and a 12-time zoom, each giving you more and more damage. Now, I decided to go with a hybrid build mainly because I got a really nice quality of life ribbon that also happened to roll status chance, so I have really good status with this. But if you don't want to go for status and you would rather go for just raw damage with crit, just replace the ribbon with a reload mod and swap high voltage and malignant force with Stormbringer and infected clip. Now, the reason why I chose the Volkar is because it has a decently sized magazine with pretty good fire rate, so it's good versus bigger groups of enemies, but it also has a guaranteed stagger on every shot, so if you run into a big beefy enemy, which I don't think is going to happen too often in Eidolon outside of Eidolons themselves, you should easily be able to stunlock them to death. The larger magazine also means that missing a shot is not that big of a deal here. Also, if you don't have the Wraith version, just go with the normal version, it's not that much worse, all you're losing there is 25 damage and 2 rounds in the magazine, which is not that big of a deal either. And finally at number 1, I have the Vectis Prime. And I have a sneaking suspicion that I might use this one more than the other 2 sniper rifles combined. Unlike the other 2 sniper rifles, the Vectis only comes with 2 levels of zoom, which is a 4-time zoom, which gives you 15% extra damage, and a 10-time zoom, which gives you 20% extra damage. And the setup I'll be using is a very standard depleted chamber setup, where you're using charged chamber, which gives you big damage bonus for the first shot in each magazine, and you're combining it with depleted reload, which only gives you 1 round in the magazine, but it gives you a lot of reload speed, so you only have reload time of 0.6 seconds. The Vectis also comes with a large amount of puncture damage, which is awesome versus armor, so you don't have to use something like Ash and strip the enemy armor even if you're fighting enemies that are sort of level 80 or 100, which I don't think is going to be the case in Eidolon, especially during the day, because I think the highest level mission they had there was around level 60. Don't quote me on that. It's also an immensely satisfying weapon to use, and it's basically the only sniper rifle that I can kind of have fun with in Warframe right now, even in those narrow corridors and small rooms. And I think it's going to be even more fun when Plains of Eidolon comes out and you can actually use it as a proper sniper rifle. So these are the 3 sniper rifles that I'll be packing for Plains of Eidolon. I know I've skipped over a lot of them, like the Rubico or Snipetron lol, but I just didn't think the sniper rifles would be as good or, you know, as entertaining to play with as the Lanka, the Volkar, or ultimately the Vectis Prime. And as always guys, I thank you very much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.